I'm talking about the girl that sparkles. Like her skin is sparkling, her face is just gorgeous. She should have multiple boyfriends, the right boyfriends that have money because they will take care of her and she will never have to work a day in her life and she'll just be having the best.
Pub when they think they're the only ones who can afford to vacation in Italy. Watch me get a drink from a wine window in Italy.
It's gonna be worth it. Thank you. Grazie. Ooh la la. Cheers. Tastes refreshing. Tastes like Italia.
One of the most surprising things that I've experienced as a Black woman living in Italy is hearing my classmates, friends, and ex-boyfriends from all over Europe, and even from Italy, tell me that they've experienced discrimination here. In America, people are going to judge you purely based on your skin color and treat you differently. In Italy, the discrimination is more origin-based and more about classism. What this means is that people from countries like Albania and even cities like Naples in Italy experienced a kind of microaggressions that were typically only reserved for minorities in America. But in America, they'd just be seen as white.
I've been in Rome for a few days and I've come to Italy a few times, but it's usually been for work trips. This is the first time I'm spending real personal time here. Even leading up to this trip, I was like, I don't need to go on a dating app here because Italian men are very forward and they're absolutely gonna come up to you and talk to you, say something to you on the street, whatever. There's plenty of opportunities for interaction. And the first night I was here, my friend and I went to this outdoor club. There had DJs. It was lots of fun. There was a lot of guys. Actually, it was like 90% guys. It was kind of strange. And they were straight too. But literally, I think especially when you're a Black woman, you're very exotic in Italy. There's not a lot of people that look like us, especially not people who have their hair braided and very long like I do. And I tell you, every 15 to 20 minutes, a man was coming up to me and telling me, you are so beautiful. You're the most beautiful girl in the city. You are the most beautiful girl I've ever seen. One guy literally said to me, you are perfect. It was insane, truly insane. Validation from men is absolutely worthless, but this was just a very fun experience.
Alright, part 3 of being a Black girl in Italy, traveling through Rome. This is based on actually me going on a date with an Italian boy. I did not get the video of us going to a place before with his friends. This is what I wore. He told me I looked hot, so I wore it. I didn't have many options, that was for Greece, but because I only had slides and forgot to get heels and it was too late, that's my options. I met them in Ponte Milvio, please tell me if I'm saying it wrong. Then he gave me a history tour. Please listen to this accent.
You go up there, so the stairs are, you can't see, but they are like pictures of it.
So beautiful.
They do their long
Then he shows me even more sights and I'm like, wow, this is really an incredible city. And this is this keyhole. In Piazza Cavalieri di Malta, please tell me if I'm saying that wrong. Nonetheless, this was a beautiful tour. Oh my goodness, what's that? I don't know how he planned out that timing of the music, but it was beautiful. This to me looked just like the Capitol, which he explained to me we got from them. And hey, I am not arguing. But great history lessons. He even showed me that original Colosseum you saw in the beginning, which was incredible. This fountain he actually says is his favorite. It was not on, so it doesn't give the full effect, but it was beautiful. Y'all, Italian men are passionate. He picked me up and apparently wondered why I hugged him when he went in for a kiss.
And we cannot escape, we cannot come out. Mama, we're trapping at this bomber to Ross. Look here, murder. One big.
When you're Black, you're never really lonely because there will always be a white person all up in your business.
Here is part 1 of being a Black woman in Italy. I've shared stories about my travel romances in Italy, and the recurring theme in the comments is Black girls being surprised that I wasn't traumatized there. I've been to Italy on 4 separate trips so far and loved every moment. It's my favourite country and I plan on buying a home there. So in this series, I'm going to show you my positive experiences so that you don't miss out on this insanely beautiful country. In February 2022, I lived out my Lizzie McGuire dreams and went solo to Rome, probably my least favourite place in Italy, but only because of how touristy it is. I stayed in both a hostel and hotel on this trip in 2 different areas and loved the hostel way more. The Rome Hello Hostel/Hotel is a great choice for you as a black woman, as there's an option of a dormitory or a private room. The hostel does free walking tours and so many social activities like pasta making nights, so you'll definitely make friends. The Eternal City is just plain beautiful. I walked around the Colosseum and Roman Forum, heard the Pope's sermon in Vatican City, threw coins into the Trevi Fountain, and marvelled at the glorious architecture. I was wined and dined by Italian men and shown Rome at night and during the day. Listen to these men show me their city.
There is also a museum inside. You can go inside actually you can.
I experienced not 1 ounce of racism. I took Italian lessons before going and did my best to speak as much Italian, and the locals really embraced me for it. So this is your sign to book that flight and go.
I'm in Italia! Ah! Buongiorno! Sì, sì, sì!
So I feel like I was supposed to come on here a long time ago to talk about the racism, the overt racism that I experienced in Italy. And I kind of forgot. I'm sorry, y'all. I forgot to make this video. But somebody asked me this week to come on and just touch on it. And I said I would. So here it is. Better late than never. Now, I want to start by saying, if you've never been to Italy, I'm not trying to discourage you from going to Italy. I'm just telling you what my experience as a black woman was there. My friends and I were there, 3 black women traveling. I also want to say, if you have been to Italy and you did not have this experience, even if you are a black woman or whatever the case may be, I'm not making this video to debate about if there's racism in Italy or not, so please do not come under my comments with all that. I'm just going to explain what happened to me, what my experience was, and just touch a little bit on the major things that happened. I'm not going to go into every little thing, but the big things I'm definitely going to go into. So I started off my trip in the Amalfi Coast, which is beautiful. I know everybody dreams about going to Amalfi Coast. I am one of them. I was one of them. And it was a very beautiful place to visit. When I first got there, I went out to dinner, and I noticed like the guys were very flirty, very friendly. That was something that really stood out to me. Anyways, while I was in the Amalfi Coast, well, the town over in Sorrento, because I don't think Sorrento is technically considered the Amalfi Coast, but that was the first time where I really felt like people were not welcoming and made me feel like, ooh, why are you here? So my friend and I walked into a store in Sorrento. We were shopping. She was buying something for her grandmother. It's a souvenir. And when she picked up the item, the lady who was behind the counter in the store gave her like a dirty look. So my friend said something to me, and I looked and was like, what's going on? And she's like, oh, this lady just gave me a dirty look. I'm not buying anything from here. So she puts the item down. So I look up at the lady, and the lady just gives me this most disgusting look, like that you can give another human being. Like, it was crazy. I guess I felt something in my soul, and I was like, yeah, don't blame me. I wouldn't buy anything here. And as we walked out the store, she's like, bye, thank you, bye. Like, just very rude and nasty. Mind you, we said nothing to this woman. We didn't give her any dirty looks at all. Like, it was crazy. We just simply walked into the store, tried to make a purchase, and that is what happened. So that was like the first experience. So another thing that happened that really stood out was we were on the train traveling from Naples to Rome, I believe. If you don't know, a lot of people do take the train around Italy or around Europe in general. It's easier to get around. It's cheaper than like getting a private driver. And it's like less hassle than having to take a flight everywhere. But anyway, we were on a train. We actually brought like the premium or business class seats. So with the business class seats, you're able to get some food. Like I got a bottle of champagne, some water, better seats, more comfort, place to charge your phone, I think Wi-Fi, so it's a little bit more of an upgraded service. So we decided to go and sit up there to enjoy our ride. The lady who was supposed to serve us walked by us with the cart with all the stuff, kind of similar to like what they would have on an airplane, and she did not give us anything. She did not ask if we wanted anything, like did we need anything. Like, she was serving people right before us. As soon as she got to our seats, me and my 2 other friends who were also black women, she just looked at us. Maybe she didn't even look at us. She just kept going past us though. That was the point. And I was just like, hello, like, we'd like something, and she's like, what do you want? Like, so rude, disgusting, or whatever. Like, it was so bad. It was like she did not want to serve us, and if she didn't have to, she would not. But I guess she would lose her job if she didn't stop after we said something. So she disgustingly asked what we wanted, so we got stuff off the cart or whatever. She kept it moving. At the end, she comes back to clean up our stuff. So we left everything there. Like, usually I don't even like leaving garbage, even when I know someone's gonna pick up the garbage after me. But I was like, you know what, this is her job. And to be honest, I was being a little spiteful. I'm like, I'm gonna leave all my garbage here. And I mean, it's her job, so it wasn't like I did anything wrong. But she just had like the most disgusting look. She did not want to do anything for us. And I'm like, sweetie, it's your job. I literally said, this is your job. You know that, right? Like, just maybe she forgot that that's her job. The only reason I assumed that it was something that had to do with race is because nothing else happened. We didn't say anything. Nothing happened. The look of disgust, it's just, that's what I'm assuming that it was.